Take one, scene one. Welcome guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, Kevin Kara. This is something we decided just to play with. Part of that is IRL stuff. That's where I kind of envision the YouTube going. Doing some IRL, some cooking stuff, some gaming stuff when you can see it, or when we do play it actually. You know, be sure to hit the subscribe button wherever it's at. It's gonna be over here, little ding, ding, follow, ding, ding. But anyways, I thought the first thing that we would do is a smoking video. If you've been around or seen my content or been in the Discord, you know that I like to smoke meat. We're gonna start with a pork butt, a Boston butt. It's probably the easiest thing to do on a smoker. So if you're new to smoking, this is probably what I would start with. It's really hard to screw up. You can kind of just do what you need to do, put whatever you want on it, but it's very easy. So we'll kind of start with it. We got a 9.5 pound smoked pork shoulder, Boston butt. Just got it at the local supermarket. It's been sitting out probably for a couple hours. Kind of let it come up to room temperature. I rinse it off in the sink, and then it's been kind of sitting here on the cutting board. So kind of bring it up to room temperature, kind of speeds up the process a little bit when you are smoking. We will be smoking this on the Yoder Y640S, 250 degrees. This probably is gonna take, my guess is around 14 hours. That could vary. You could cook it higher, make it faster, you could cook it lower. If you're new to smoking, I do recommend probably a little bit lower, 225, 200, just because you don't have to pay attention as much. The warmer you make the smoker, the quicker it cooks. So depending on what time of day you're doing this, we're doing this at night. This is around 7 o'clock my time. This is something that we'll put on the smoker. It'll go overnight, we'll wrap it, and hopefully it's done by mid-afternoon tomorrow so that we can let it rest and eat for dinner. One thing you can do with this, I'm not gonna do it, you can trim the fat. A lot of people will trim the fat. You can go all the way around this. There's usually a pretty good fat cap on this piece of pork. You can go, you know, on this side, there's not much. There's a little bit of hanging meat right there I may just take off. But I kind of like the fat cap, man. I'm just cooking on my barbecue. I'm not going for a competition. I do like the fat. You can actually, you know, at the end, you kind of like, when this is done cooking, you can almost slice off the fat part too, right? So if you're not into the fatty part, you can actually do that. Before I forget, I think the key to any good barbecue, grilling or whatever, you know, make yourself a cocktail. Make yourself your favorite cocktail. If you don't drink, you know, grab you an iced tea, grab you some water. Right now, I'm going with a ranch water. We're going tequila. We got the G4 Blanco tequila and a little Topo Chico. You can add some lime if you want. I don't, but if you want to, you can add some lime, a little ice in there. And you got yourself a little cocktail. To me, it makes the food taste better. It makes the process of doing this a lot more fun. So, cheers, chat. So one thing you can do, you don't have to do, one thing I like to do is kind of put a binder on this, right? I like to use mustard, yellow mustard. Pretty easy to do in pork. If you don't like mustard, don't worry. It doesn't really change the flavor. It doesn't have a mustard flavor. It's just something that I picked up watching other videos and seeing other people, you know, smoke for a while. So you can use olive oil, you can use whatever. But you don't have to. Just put a little bit on it. It's kind of messy, but it's kind of fun at the same time. You know, hopefully you guys can see this. This is, I'm just got the phone. If you can hear yelling, you're probably used to it. That's my wife upstairs playing video games. So I do apologize. So yeah, so we get this on there, nice little binder. Helps the seasoning kind of stick to the outer part. I do this on ribs and a lot of things. So, and then we're gonna do, you know, seasonings. Right now, I'm big into the Meat Church seasonings. I don't know if you guys know Meat Church, but I'm a big fan of all his stuff. So today we're gonna kind of use, he's got a lot of different ones for pork. We're gonna do the Gospel. That's the one we're gonna use, and as he says it, it gives the best color in barbecue. We probably will sprinkle a little bit of these nuts on it as well. And then maybe later when we do the wrap, put a little of the honey hot hog on it. I'll show you guys That'll probably be most likely tomorrow morning, but I'll show you guys kind of what I do when I wrap the meat. Let's just sprinkle this on. We're gonna put this on pretty liberally, just kind of ever all over the place. What I'll probably end up doing, what you want to do, you can do this whenever, right? Like literally all you need is like 15, 20 minutes. The idea here is to let this kind of sit, and you want it to sweat, right? You want it to, it'll kind of bring out the salt in here, kind of bring out the moisture, kind of sweat a little bit. Really 20, 30 minutes. The binder does help with that because it does stick. But you could do it like in a big piece of pork like this, you could do it the night before if you want to save some time. So we're gonna kind of just let this sit. We got it pretty covered. We got the grill, the smoker's already on. We're gonna smoke it, like I said, 250 degrees, and then go for an internal temp of 200 plus. So it's been 30, 45 minutes. You guys can kind of see it's been sweating. It looks sweaty. It's a sweaty ass. You can kind of see the sweat, like it's like bringing out all the moisture. So, dude, this is gonna be looking good. I sprinkle a little bit of these nuts over the top there in the break. So now we're gonna take it outside and put it on the smoker. All right, so we got the temperature on this thing. We're sitting about 258 right now. We have it wanting to go like 250. So we're gonna put this on right now. We do have a little tray of apple cider vinegar on here just for a little extra moisture. We will try to spritz this thing. At least the first couple hours while it smokes. There we go, nice and big. Stick that on there. And then one thing we're gonna do, and then we have our probe right here, right? And so if you do follow the Discord, we use an app. It comes with the Yoder. It's called Fireboard. You can kind of follow along with the cook. Let's just kind of stick this right in the middle here. Kind of go from there. So yeah, so we'll kind of check this out. We're gonna smoke this 250 every couple hours. We'll probably spritz it a little bit. And yeah, and I'll show you guys kind of where I like to wrap it at. All right, there we go. Like we said, apple cider vinegar in the little can, the tray. Got the thermometer in there. We follow along, fireboard.com. We do post it in the Discord. So yeah, there we go. She's off. Good morning. 6:15 in the AM. Nice and chilly. Let's go check on this pork. There we go. Nice bark. It's been on the smoker. Let's see. 10 hours. So let's pull this off, get it wrapped up. Look at the color. This is beautiful. Again, this was the Holy Gospel from Meat Church. Just great color. Oh man. It's a good looking butt in the morning. All right, so the wrapping, we're just gonna use an aluminum foil. You don't have to wrap. I like to wrap. I kind of get a bark color that I like to see, and then I just kind of roll with it. It will speed up the process a little bit this morning. I'm cooking. So here's what we do when we wrap it. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, I told you guys earlier last night, we were gonna use the hot honey hog at some point. And so kind of here's what we do, and I saw this trick again on the Meat Church. Just give it a little extra on top there. We got butter. Butter's your friend when it comes to barbecue. So we'll place all this butter. Salted premium butter. Just kind of throughout. Now if you want, you can add, you can pour whatever you want on this. You can add some brown sugar. I typically don't do it. We will get a little bit more of the hot honey hog, which is kind of like got some jalapeno in it. Spice it up just a little bit. And this, you don't have to put it in the tray. I like put it in the tray. You do get some of the juices and then later you can put the juices in kind of like a fat separator. Reuse the juices to kind of put back over the meat after you kind of shred it a little bit. So, or you can just wrap it in aluminum foil really tight. But all we're gonna do now is just wrap this up. Stick it back in, and then we just kind of let it cook. We'll put the probe back in here and just kind of keep this temperature on the smoker the same and go from there. One thing I would recommend, if you don't have, you need some sort of thermometer. Smoking, that's the key to smoking. If you're just trying to guess, you're not gonna get very far. So a Thermopin is kind of your name brand. There's a lot of other ones on Amazon. Just something kind of like this right here. This is a Powlakin, just bought on Amazon, kind of cheap, probably 20 bucks. And that way you can kind of probe the meat. When you're looking for later, you'll be able to tell when it's done. It's like putting the probe in the meat. It's like putting a toothpick in a cake. Just slides right in. Let's go put this bad boy back on. All right, we are about 15 hours in. I estimated 14, off a little bit, but we're gonna pull this thing. You can see it's wrapped up. We're gonna go ahead and pull it, let it rest for a couple hours. See you then. Oh, just a little quick sneak peek. Like I said, I'm gonna get that juice out of here, but we're gonna let this thing continue to rest. It's breathtaking. All right, she's rested. So next thing we do now is we start kind of pulling it apart. Just kind of a recap, 250 degrees. I think it was on the smoker, smoked for 9 or 10 hours, and then we wrapped it up when we got the bark we wanted. And that was on there again another 4 to 5 hours. I think it was like 15 hours-ish roughly. Last night I estimated 14 hours. So yeah, so here we go, let's check it out. All right, so here we go. We got the nice split in the bark. Let's pull out the bone. It's a little bit stuck on there, but it comes right out pretty freaky clean. Pretty clean. That's a good way to tell that it's done. Just a nice clean bone. So let's grab some of this right here. Look at this. Look at that smoke. Oh shit. It's gonna melt in my mouth. Let's grab a little bit of this. I don't usually put a lot of barbecue sauce. Usually it's juicy enough. Oh man. That'll knock you on your ass. That's good right there. That's good right there. So this is a lot, 9 pounds for us. So we'll pull the rest of this, and we'll either make some sandwiches, or we'll, just eat it as it is. If you don't eat any bread, we'll probably end up freezing some of this, frying it up in a pan, making carnitas. There's really a lot you can do with pork. And like I mentioned before, if you're new to smoking, this is the easiest thing to do. It's really hard to mess up. So look at this. Look at this smoke. Look at that. Oh yeah. There's a reason Kara keeps me around, guys. Look at that. But anyways, I appreciate you all watching this. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit the like button, and then come check us out on Twitch. Thank you, guys.